I recently started playing this game, and I have to say, I love it. Cassette Beasts is a game in which you catch and battle monsters. You travel through a portal, you end up in the land of New Wirral, along with people from different eras of Earth's history. You discover that, using a Walkman, you can record monsters on the tape and transform into them for battle. You battle these monsters and level up to learn new moves. You also meet companions that fight alongside you. You can eventually fuse your companion's monster with your own to become even more powerful. And you travel around to fight gym leaders and get badges. Wait, that's not right. You battle captains and get stamps. Yes, this game might seem on the surface like a Pokemon clone. However, I don't know that that's exactly a fair assessment. I'll come back to that in a minute. The game does have type matchups similar to Pokemon, and the type chart interacts similarly to that. Water's good against fire, etc. But Cassette Beasts adds some extra layers of complexity to it. For example, an air-type move used against a fire type can then weaken that fire type's attacks. These debuffs add to the strategy that's required by the game. Also, plastic is a type, which is just funny to me for some reason. The game's aesthetic is heavily driven by nostalgia. You have cassette tapes and Walkmen. The entire game's art style is pixel sprites, but it's not just a nostalgia trip. The pixel art style plays to nostalgia, and its sprites are similar to the DS-era Pokemon games, but the games use this style to great effect. The opening cinematic actually shows you what the style is capable of, besides just looking like the games you played as a kid. Now, of course, you're going to draw the comparison to Pokemon. It's unfair, but every Mons game is going to be compared to Pokemon. Pokemon's just too successful of a franchise. I always liked Pokemon, but I just never really got into other Mons games. I tried Digimon, I tried Dragon Warrior Monsters, but they just didn't hit the same as Pokemon did. And that's not a dig on those games, they're fine in their own right. They just were missing something I can't quite articulate that Pokemon had. And I think Cassette Beasts has it. Whatever je ne sais quoi that Pokemon had, Cassette Beasts has hit the nail on the head. That said, I should also make clear this is not really trying to be a Pokemon clone, it's trying to have its own identity. This game has one of the best soundtracks in a game since Jet Set Radio. The music's made up of actual songs with lyrics written for the game that fit the mood and the setting. It's a soundtrack you could listen to in public and no one would think you were listening to video game music. Music mixes chiptunes with rock music in a way that's vaguely reminiscent of old Sega games, in a good way. Overall, Cassette Beasts is a good Mons capture game that does a lot of what Pokemon did right while feeling like it's not just trying to be another Pokemon clone. While the aesthetic is driven by nostalgia, it's not just nostalgia bait, but it's trying to use that aesthetic to communicate a certain vibe, which it does so effectively.